There we go. So especially with it being beginning of month, I always like to go over a few different things. And as always, having a game plan is key, whether it is game planning for yourself or game planning, for a team as well, right? So no matter what size team you have, like it doesn't matter. This applies to every single individual person as far as how we're overlooking things, how we are prepping ourselves for the month, instead of just saying, oh, I want to go after this goal, or oh, I want to hit this rank, or oh, I want to hit that rank, right? This is something that I do at the beginning of every single month where, it's the 1st of April. It's the last 30 days of these bonuses, right? And which bonuses are each, I don't know if you guys are able to type in the chat. I think you should be. What bonuses are you guys going? I mean, like, I think I know for all of you as far as which bonuses you're going after, because it's April 1st. We have 30 full days. So I never want you to think either that that counts you out, or that you can't hit it, or that it's not enough time. It's enough time. It's a matter of believing, right? I actually was listening to a podcast and I wrote this down, and it was called, I'm going to put a little twist on it, but creating magic within your business every single day. And the word magic stands for something. Every letter in the word magic stands for something different. So M stands for mindset, right? And then I'm going to let someone else in the waiting room. So magic, it's M stands for mindset, A stands for action, G stands for grace, I stands for innovate, C stands for committed, right? So with all of that, I'm going to shut my door really quick because these two were begging me for food, and now they are doing zoomies around the house. Okay, that's done. But creating magic within your business looks a little something like this, right? We're working on our mindset every single day. So what book are you reading to this month? What podcasts are you listening to every single day? I know I drop a podcast in the chat as, the podcast of the day. I flip through a lot of different podcasts that I listen to, but if there's one person that you love to listen to, make it a point to listen to one per day, even if it's a 10-minute one, a 15-minute one, or a 40-minute one, no matter what it is. So know what book you are reading, or know what podcast you are tuning yourself into, right? So that's the M in magic, which is mindset. Always working on our mindset every single day within our business. The A stands for action. So what kind of action are we putting towards our business every single day, right? This is a 30-day sprint. This is a 30-day sprint. Now, that doesn't mean like this is the all and be done, but there is a lot on the line right now, right? How hard, are you willing to put into action for 30 days straight? Not only is that 30 days of consistency, but that is 30 days where by the end of it, when you go do it on May, what was it? Isn't May the next month? Yeah. You're going to do it on the May 1st. And you're like, oh my God, I've been so used to this over the past 30 days. Like it comes naturally to you almost at that point. In the beginning, it seems like I have to sit down and I had to write out a checklist, right? Of the actions that I was taking that day, whether it is, an income producing activity list, or it's writing down, what time am I posting on Facebook? What time am I posting on Instagram? Do I have all of 10 stories in my slides today? Did I create some sort of poll? Did I, create new relationships with people by sending new messages via stories like we talk about in the MMMs, right? So that's taking that action. That's the A in magic. G is grace, which is always where, if I have a to-do list, right? I have a list of things that I'm getting done. If there's maybe one thing on there or two things on there that I didn't get to, but they weren't really at the top of the list to get done, I'm going to give myself grace and be like, you know what? I didn't add an extra 5 people on Instagram today. I typically add 15 per day. I'm going to add that 5 on to tomorrow. But I don't want to mix up grace versus, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, and like pushing it off, if that makes sense. So grace is giving yourself grace in the business, making sure, I always find it for myself personally, I need to put myself on a schedule. I always thought that, oh, I work from home full time. Like I can do whatever I want. It gets a lot harder to time manage when you're at home full time. You can have 5 million distractions going on around you, right? Sam, I see you, Bobby. You're like, yeah, like I feel that. It took me a while to get time management under control, but it's also giving yourself grace with that. But again, putting a routine down so you can get into a routine. also helps you stay on track as well. That way you're not coming to the end of the day being like, oh my God, what else do I like? I still need to get everything done, right? The I in MAGIC stands for innovate. So when I think of innovating, I'm thinking of Facebook. I'm thinking of Instagram. I'm thinking of, I recently started posting on TikTok, because if you haven't been able to tell by now, I have turned into a diehard Jessie Lee fan. Highly look up to her in the network marketing industry, and following footsteps in a direction that I've never taken before in this business. So when I say I stand for innovate and MAGIC, I'm thinking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If you don't want to do TikTok right now, get consistent with Facebook and Instagram. And then on top of that, that is, creating, it's also going live, right? Innovating new videos, innovating new interaction, innovating new content to put out. And that is something that we cover on Monday Night Batch Posting, but that is innovation to me. I am creating content to put out to people, to interact with, to educate, to inspire, right? That is where people get a real look at you and they see what you're about and your business as well. And then the C in MAGIC is committed, right? That's what I say with this 30-day sprint. How committed are you to your dreams? How committed are you to your goals, right? It's very easy. And I will tell you, I will even pull this from experience. When I launched my podcast, I got into a routine of recording every day. I was like, I'm going to upload one every single day. One day went by and I was like, oh, I didn't get to one today. It's like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I got to tomorrow and I'm like, well, it's fine. I'll just do it tomorrow. Next thing I knew, it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Not that that's a priority within this business, but it was something I had set down for myself. And it's an example because I use the excuse of, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I'm like, Kate, it's been 2 weeks since you've touched it. Same thing happens in business. I'll go live tomorrow. Oh, I'll post tomorrow. Oh, I'll go do an opportunity live, event tomorrow. Or next thing you know, we're halfway through April, right? And then we're in a whole panic moment, right? And then working under pressure and being like, what do I need to do? And you feel like you're doing 50,000 things at once, right? So if you stay committed every single day, you will find, even though it is like what we do isn't easy. Like this industry isn't easy. Is it the easiest hard work you will ever do though? 1000%. We work on social media, right? We don't need a degree. We don't need a certificate. We don't need anything for this, right? It all just comes down to ourselves. But the hardest thing is not giving up on ourselves, not pushing ourselves to, I'll do it tomorrow, right? So that really stood out to me in a podcast I was listening to. Again, it's called MAGIC, creating magic within your business every single day. Again, working on your mindset, taking action, giving yourself grace throughout this process, because this is not an overnight thing. This business, this industry, any piece of success or joy that you are striving for, it doesn't happen overnight, right? So that's the grace. The I stands for innovate. That is within social media, creating the content. And then C, staying committed to yourself and to your dreams and to the goals that you have. I'm pointing over here like you can see it. I've got my dream board over here. So that's how I wanted to kick off with this 30-day sprint in the last 30 days to these bonuses. So as we are going into a new month, I do this every single month where I sit down and I say, okay, I literally grab a notepad, or if you are a person that puts everything in your phone, you can put it in your phone. I go over a few different things. I say, okay, we're in the bonus period still. I need 10 new customer accounts every single month, right? So this is where I look and I write down, okay, I need 10 customer accounts ASAP. What am I going to do and how am I going to generate those 10 customer accounts? There's a few different ways that you can approach this. I know some people do free trials, right? And they say, if you want a free trial, go ahead and vote here, whether it's a poll or you go live about it or you make a post about it, right? You get 10 samples into 10 new people's hands. Boom, they make a free customer profile. You've got your 10 accounts. Great. I'm actually going to go about it in a different direction, to where I'm going to give people an option, where I'm going to offer up, and Jackie actually gave this idea where she said, if you want to do a free trial, if they wanted to do a free 1 day, right? Or if you want to charge, I typically charge $15 for a trial out of the cloud office. If that's the way that you are doing those trials, I think you end up profiting like 20 bucks off of it. You get 6 trials for $72. So whatever way you're doing it, how I'm going to approach it actually is if they grab a plus line product. So Sculpt or Balance are 2 of our biggest plus line products to go along with the 3 steps. So another idea is if someone snags Sculpt or Balance, right? I did a little promo on it yesterday in my stories where if they grab Sculpt, I will throw, they get 90 capsules worth, a whole month's worth. I will throw in a 3-day trial for free. So that only applies to brand new customers, right? I'm not applying it to my current customers. So they're going to get a full product. They're going to get a 3-day trial, and I'm going to create them an account, and volume was generated from it, and it counts as a sale, right? So that's another idea to introduce people to it. Altogether, I think it's 40 bucks with shipping. But at the end of the day, I'm also saving them like 20 bucks off of the trial because they're getting it for free. So you do your trials how you want to. If you're wondering how to price all of that out, the 3 steps are $5 a day. So a 3-day, $15. If you're shipping it from home, tack on $5 for shipping, right? If you want to do it free, that is totally up to you. You can do that. I am just approaching it from a different way this month. I did free trials last month. Now I am leading with Balance, or I'm leading with Sculpt, and then they will get a 3-day mini experience along with it. So they get the full experience. So then when they are ready to place their order, they're like, I want this whole regimen, right? So that is an idea, but those 10 accounts are so important to hit at the beginning of the month. Not that there's a deadline, but it gets it out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. And also it generates new people. The more samples you get out in a month, the more products that you get out into people's hands to try, that creates more turnaround, right? There's more return on investment when it comes with that. So maybe you have a goal. Is your goal to get out how many samples before Sunday? How many samples are you looking to get out before the end of next week, right? So I went as far as writing down, okay, I upped the ante. I said, I want to get a trial out to 1 person every single day. That's 30 trials in a month. Now that does not have to be your goal, but I know I want to shoot higher, right? So I know if I'm doing 10 to 15 samples in a month, why can't I do 30, right? If you're doing 10 right now, why can't you do 20, right? This is something as well that you can use when it comes to trials and maximizing on it. When you have a person and that is like, hey, I want to grab, like they want to grab a trial, right? No matter which way you're doing it. People are excited. I know I was excited when I first started. When I first started with the products, I was excited to get it in my hands. I was excited to try it. That is when people are the most excited about it. And then their next excitement is when they actually try the products and they feel the way they work. What I've been doing recently is that every single person that either orders or that gets a trial, I ask them, listen, I want to, how did I word it the last time? It was after we had ordered the trial, all that, sent it out. And I'm like, I'm so excited for you. And I want to be able to share this excitement that we both have for these 3 steps with 2 of your friends. Do you have 2 friends in mind that you think would be just excited about these 3 steps? What is that doing? That is getting 2 more customers, right? With products in their hands. And you are also working with them to getting them to thrive for free, because you can refer those 2 friends underneath them, right? So I want to throw out a few different tips as we are generating, and we don't want to put a halt to it once we get that 1 person. That 1 could turn into 3, right? Very easily with a simple question. And always create urgency with it. If you do have a limited amount of supplies, whether you are sending out trials from your own stock, or maybe you purchase a few trials through the cloud office, tell them, say, I've got 2, however many you have. I've only got 2, I've got 5, whatever the amount is, right? Let me know ASAP before I go and talk with someone else, right? Creates that urgency. It makes them start thinking, and you're also setting them up to thrive for free if those 2 friends decide to go ahead and purchase afterwards. So that covers our 10 accounts and our trials. So I write out every single, what is my goal? Write down your goal. How many trials do you want to get in people's hands this month, right? Then I write down, so I'm getting 30, my goal is 30 trials this month. That equals 30 new customer accounts, right? Now, as always, we want to make sure that we're following up with all of those to A, make sure they're having a great experience, and then B, that way they can continue feeling that well, and then they can turn around and you can set them up with the 4-week pack, right? So meanwhile, I'm still going to be running specials. I'm still going to be doing other stuff in case people just want to jump all the way in. So 30 trials equals 30 new customers within a month. And then I also have written down, I want at least half of those people to flip over, at least half, which is 15 new purchasing customers, right? So 15 new purchasing customers. Then I take a look, where'd my little sticky note go? I don't know where my sticky note went. But anyways, I'm looking at customers, I'm looking at trials, and I'm looking at promoters. Set a goal for yourself, especially with running after these bonuses, right? I'm going to use 4K, for example. If you're running after 4K, all you need is $4,000 in volume and 2 qualified and active promoters within your team. And then also with the bonus, I believe it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys can see in your cloud office or if anyone has theirs pulled up, I believe it's $400 PPA, which is $400 in brand new first time ordering customers, right? Which can very well come from those trials that you got into people's hands, because that would be their very first order, right? So $4,000 in volume, 2 qualified and active promoters, and then $400 generated by you within your PPA, first time ordering customers. So this is where I'd be writing down and be like, okay, $4,000 in 30 days, how much in sales is that per month, right? I get real nerdy with this because if you have a goal, know where you stand every single day. Know if there needs to be volume made up. Know where it needs to happen. Know if more action needs to be put in place. Know if more follow-ups need to be made, right? So with that being said, I'm going to do some math really quick. So $4,000 divided by 30 days is $133 a day. That's 1 customer a day, right? 1 customer on 3 steps a day. Guaranteed. Sometimes it fluctuates. Sometimes maybe a day is a little bit slower, but then the next day there's multiple customers, right? And the volume is generated that way. But what I'm trying to say is make sure that you have a plan. Maybe your goal is to, let's see, 400, maybe your goal is to get out 10 trials this month and turn them all into customers. And then that's 10 customers this month. Maybe your goal is to help 2 people start their business. Maybe your goal is to help 5 people start your business. Know how many people you want to help. This is also going to help you shape your content, okay? That way you know what you're leading with this month. What stories are you putting the most emphasis on? If you are aiming towards bonuses, right, which every single one of you here are, you are aiming towards bonuses. You are aiming to bring new people into the business. You are aiming to help new people get started, run towards their VIPs and start their business and run towards their own bonuses, right? So with that being said, I'm writing down trials. How many trials do I want to get out? How many new customers do I want to help get healthy? How many new promoters do I want to help start their business? Now I know if I'm emphasizing on the business, I know probably 4 out of 7 pieces, 4 out of 7 days, I'm going to mention some sort of story about the business, some sort of story about the opportunity. I'm going to go and do an opportunity live at least once a week. I'm going to go live myself and talk about the opportunity within it and why I started, right? So that is going to help you shape your content and to plan out your week and to know where your focus is as well. Then when it also comes to crossing off my checklist, we did that, perfect. So now you practically have your month planned out. I take it a step further, right? Because again, we are going through the MAGIC acronym, which is mindset, action, grace, innovate, committed, right? If we are staying committed and we are taking action and we want to innovate, I am crazy and I need a schedule. If you are like me and you need a schedule as well, I just recently started using my calendar and my phone to where, okay, if I'm posting on Facebook 2 or 3 times a day, what times am I posting? When is that alarm going off on my phone to remind me? Because I have had plenty of days before I started using this and I'm like, oh my God, how is it already almost 9 o'clock and I haven't posted since like 6 hours ago? What is happening, right? So you take advantage of the calendar in your phone. If you don't want to do that, maybe it's sticking it on a wall that you see every single day what times you are posting. But you can easily go into your calendar and really plan out your content, to plan out what meetings, you're showing up to. Plan out when you are doing X, Y, and Z. If it's waking up, I'm waking up at 8 a.m. I am doing my mindset from 8 to 8:30, from 8:30 to 9. I am getting dressed, getting ready, and I'm hopping on the MMM at 10 a.m., right? I'm talking East Coast time. I know we're all in different time zones, but maybe that is something that you need that helps you. And then you're saying, okay, now I'm making my post on Facebook at 11 a.m. And then you have another alarm that goes off to say post on Facebook again at 6 p.m. And then you have another post to say post at 9 p.m. Whatever it is for you, right? Whatever schedule works best for you, your posting, your times. If you get consistent with, if you're working on getting consistent at posting twice a day, get consistent with that. Have a reminder go off on your phone. I do it for Instagram and I do it for Facebook. Maybe it's getting consistent with posting once a day, right? Get consistent with wherever you are at right now before you're like, oh, let's say someone's not posting, like they're posting 0 times a day. And then all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to post on Facebook 3 times a day. And then on Instagram 3 times a day. And then I'm going to open up a TikTok and make 3 TikToks a day. I mean, like, you're setting yourself up for failure, right? Because if we take something that we're not consistent in and then expect ourselves to be like, okay, we're going like balls to the walls right now with everything, after about 5 days, you're going to be shot. And I don't say that to be discouraging. I don't say that to say like, oh my God, you're going to fail. But we have to be realistic with ourselves, right? We have to be realistic with, okay, you know what? I need to get consistent in X, Y, and Z. I'm going to do that right now. Maybe it's not taking it that one step further. Maybe it's just getting consistent with it, right? So that covers all that whole magic acronym. Got my brain thinking so many different ways. But another thing I want to touch on as well, because they do drop tonight at midnight, is credits. Credits. So when it comes to your credits within your cloud office, I do want to go over ways to utilize, ways to maximize, and how you can get the best use out of it. Right? So when we personally refer to customers on our promoter account, we get the average in credits. Maybe, let's say you don't have those right now. Guess what your goal is right now? 2 customers personally referred by you, right? 2 customers to ensure that you are getting credits on March. Oh my God, we just ended March, on May 1st. So they are pending in our account right now, but then we get them fully loaded and access to our credits at midnight East Coast time. So at midnight tonight, they become available. But when it comes to utilizing and maximizing, let's say you were like, I have times where I'm good on product. I'm like, I don't need to go out and I don't need to use my credits on my product. I have enough. Maybe I stocked up from a BOGO. Maybe I stocked up for something else, right? Or I just have extra product on hand. When it comes to credits, I utilize it if I am running some sort of sale, I'm not throwing out $50 off of a 3-step. I'm not throwing $100 off of a pack, right? Let's say I just have $150 and I want to maximize that to the best of my potential to help the most amount of people, I'm going to do a few different numbers and say, oh, if I can give free shipping, I take my $150 divided by $15 for shipping, I can help 10 new people instead of slinging 3 people $50 off, right? That's what I mean by maximizing. So if you have credits and 1 credit hit your account, that is the way to maximize. So instead of saying, oh, well, I can help 3 people get $50 off, or you could help 10 people and cover their priority shipping for them. And especially when it comes to volume wise, the turnaround of the volume and the moving of the needle moves a lot further with 10 people than it does with 3 people. I want you to think of it in this way. If you had 10 people get their 3 steps, that is $1,500 versus 3 people getting their 3 steps, which is $450, right? Yes, we are in the game of, we are in the business of numbers, but it's also all about helping as many people as we can, especially when we have the opportunity to earn free credit. So again, make that a goal as well. That's the number one thing I have on the top of my list when we start a new month is let me ensure that I am thriving for free next month before I start getting hardcore into business. I want to make sure I have helped 2 customers, right, that I have personally referred. I have 2 accounts. So I want to make sure I have 2 on mine and then I have 2 on Joe's. That way I ensure credits are going to both of those accounts in the month of May, right? So maybe that is your goal right now. Maybe your goal is to ensure that you get those credits, you get the average of them, and then we can start working from there as well. But that is how I map out my month. I sit down, I write down what are my goals for trials? What are my goals for new customers? What are my goals for how many new customers purchase this month too, right? What are my goals for new promoters and helping new people start their business? Then where is my focus when I'm telling my story? How many, like I go crazy and I'm like, okay, if I'm focusing on growing team-wise, then I know like 4 out of 7 days, I'm going to be talking about the business. 4 out of 7 days, I'm going to be, or even probably 5 out of 7 days, I'm going to be talking about the business. 2 days, I'll talk about the products. Maybe I'll show some before and afters. I'll go live and I'll talk about it and I'll offer trials 2 of those days. The other 5, I'm talking about the opportunity, what it holds for people, and what it can do to change their life as well, and then tying in my story along with it. Because if my focus is to grow team-wise, we're always in a growth season, right? Some might be more than others. Some might be harder than others, but this business, we are forever growing in. I learned this from Courtney because I caught myself saying at one point, I was like, oh, we're rebuilding. She was like, what the hell does that mean? I was like, well, like we're building, like new people are coming in, right? And they're starting their business, or like, you know, there's like, we're rebuilding. And she was like, no, you're always building. There's never a point in time in this business where it's like, oh yeah, I've got enough people, right? It's always in a growth season. So that goes for customers and that goes for promoters. And then I think that was everything that I had. But do you guys, like, while we're on here and we have about 30 minutes before the MMM, I want to know, like, do you guys have questions? Do you have, like, I mean, what's going through your head right now? I want to make sure that everything made sense as far as what I went through. That is how I set up my month, and knowing specifically who are you working with. So if you have a downline, who are you helping? If you do not right now, guess where your focus is helping that next person in line that just hasn't started yet, right? So do you ladies have any questions though? Like if you do, like speak now, forever hold your peace. Staple first. We can get it all out on the table now, and feel free to unmute yourself too. Anything? Maybe not. Did everything make sense at least? Maybe, I guess, no, maybe so. I see Sam head bobbing, so like, yeah, like we're doing it. So I hope that is helpful. So when it comes to, we're in 30 days. I really love, if you didn't write it down already, the magic, which is mindset, action, grace, innovate, committed. Create magic within your business every single day. Get your mindset in. Take action in your business. Give yourself grace. Make sure you eat and sleep too. Innovate within your business. Create content, right? And stay committed to yourself. That's the only person you have to stay committed to. At the end of the day, we all started this for ourselves, which does not mean that we are not here to support one another, but the only person you need to stay committed to is you. I'm already like, I'm like sweating. I feel like I need a shower again. I just showered. I didn't wash my hair though. Like I'm sure that's obvious, but if you guys don't have any questions, or if you don't have any like ideas that maybe you want to bounce off of, I hope this is helpful. Again, if you haven't written anything out for this month, set your goals, set them now, right? And especially beginning of the month, it's exciting. It's a new month. All of our wheels were wiped to zero and we're like, let's go. But the most important thing is to, again, stay committed and don't let it go, right? Because sometimes in the month, you can be like, oh, it's beginning of month. It's like really excited. Like we are going. And then we're like, and then it's like, oh, we're like mid-month. We're like, oh shit, it's halfway point. And then it's like, okay, we've got like 2 weeks left. I got 2 weeks left. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the end of the month. We need to grind, right? So how do you keep this up here every single day? How do you keep your energy for your business? How do you keep your level up here, that excitement to where it's like, it's beginning of month. I am running after this. Literally write it down, write your goals down and make it and put it on a wall that you see every freaking day. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. Like, I don't know. And I don't know if y'all go to the bathroom every morning, like you're there getting ready and whatever, right? Dude, you want to know something? Circulate, activate, sculpt. As much as I recommend it, I don't. Like, I literally crashed. I was like, that was really dumb, Kate, to do all three at once, because one was like increased blood flow, one was extra energy, and then I put more BCAAs on top of it like a crazy person. Like, oh my God, Joe, it was crazy. Your minds, and I thought, like, I'll be honest, I thought mindset was like a crock of shit. I totally thought it was. Like, when I started, I was like, what do you mean you guys like self-develop? I'm like, I listen to music. Like, I totally thought it was a joke. But at the end of this day, they are not lying when they say that this business is personal development with a paycheck. Because the only thing that is telling you that you can't hit a rank, that you can't hit a goal, that you can't hit a bonus is this and this. It's literally the thing that sits in between our two ears and the thing that sits in our chest. It'll be our own damn thoughts, our own disbelief, our own doubt of our own selves. And nobody put that there, right? I don't know. For me, 9 times out of 10, it's not someone being like, yo, Kate, you suck. You're not going to hit it. Like, I don't know why you think you're going to hit it, right? I mean, I dealt with that a little bit in the beginning, but the biggest thing is if you plug yourself in. For the longest time, I literally had podcasts going all day long because my mindset was crap. It was crap, right? I was not in a good headspace. I was not in a positive one. Like, it's miserable 99% of the time before I started this, right? Oh, I'm so happy. The biggest tip I can give you, I love Jessie Lee stuff because of her energy. And I'm like, well, you just gave me a kick through the ass on the phone. Like, I'm gonna go get ready, right? It gives you energy, and it also fills your ears with good stuff. And for me, it overpowers the negative stuff that we're good at putting through our own head. Yes. I think she said that in one of her podcasts. Though I never heard that term before. I was like, hey, hell are murky waters. Oh, I love it. But again, with that magic, if you're creating magic in your business, it starts first with your mindset. Another tip, before you touch your phone in the morning, turn on a podcast and get ready. That is something I had to start doing because I was so quick to attend to my phone. It's a very hard habit to break. Oh my God. It's very hard, especially if you have your phone on your nightstand or tucked under my pillow like I do. Like, it looks like the tooth fairy came by and it's just like shoved in my pillow, right? It's very easy to literally roll over, check the time, and next thing you know, then my screen looks like this and I'm like, right? I'm like, now I'm glued. Turn something on before you attend to your phone. Turn something on, whether it's driving, to go somewhere. Turn something on before you do anything. Your morning literally sets the tone for your day. You started off with nothing good, it's not going to end with anything good. All right. I love that as well. So again, create that magic. Sorry, buddy. Dude, I started using the bedtime setting too. I didn't know that existed until it was like, hey, your screen time is up by like a lot. And then it suggested the bedtime app. And I was like, this is cool. So it turns off all of my notifications at midnight for me, and it doesn't turn them back on until like 8 a.m. So I think that is very cool, and it doesn't set off your phone. Quick yoga session. Right. Oh, words. Yes. That more, it's honestly, I will tell you all day, every day that I am a night owl and not a morning person, but your morning routine literally will set you up for your day. Plug into something good before you take action, before you innovate, before you get committed to your mindset first. Pick a book. If you need a book recommendation, I can send a few screenshots from my Audible list. I will always drop a podcast of the day I will start dropping it in the morning rather than like the afternoon time. That way it starts off the morning right. Oh, girl, oh, yeah, see, I would probably pop along with you with a dog on me because, you know, they like to do downward dog and do the whole shebang and they get down. Like, I can't. Um, I love this. So I'm so glad you ladies popped on, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your night to pop on this. I will, unless you guys have anything else, we can go ahead and end this right now. Gives us some time before the MMM, but take some time tonight, plan out, you know, plan it out. Everything that we just walked through. I also recorded this so I can turn it into a replay, and I'm going to post the link to, we'll have a playlist of all of these recorded on my YouTube, and I will send it over into the team chat. I appreciate you. It's April 1st. It is just the beginning, but create that magic every single day. Mindset, action, grace, innovate, committed. And you'd be surprised as to what 30 days, just 30 days will do for you. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you so, so much. And I will see you in about 20 minutes on the MMM. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Bye.